be yourself and make sure that you love being yourself. And it's going to be roadblocks, it's going to be tribulations, but always remember this is a life experience. Accept the experience, appreciate the experience, and learn how to move on from things that don't serve you well, you know, and find your journey, respect your journey, and love it.
What's good, people? It's your boy Double O, and I am back with another one. Now, real quick, it's going to be a fast one, or hopefully it'll be a fast one, ain't no telling. But I just cracked the code, gang. I wanted to do a full edit of this, and then the more I kept editing, it was just like, you know what? We just got to go live, bro. We just got to go live. Just put it out there and let the cards fall where they may. So let me check the audio and stuff like that while I'm at it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can hit the like button for your boy. Support the movement. I'm going to give you time to do that real quick. All right, cool, bet. Your Cools, what's good, bro? What's going on? Top of the morning, man. All right. Okay, so the chat working also. You can go ahead and subscribe if you're new. You know what I'm saying? Like and subscribe. Let me see. Just making sure the chat box is decent. All right. Okay, yeah, we good. All right, bet. What's good, gang? All right. So we finna get straight to it because I'm still doing editing work, birthdays. I got a lot of stuff going on right now, gang. I ain't gonna hold you. So, okay. So everybody, we just gonna go straight to it. I'm gonna give you a short, quick rundown because I don't want to be long-winded with it. All right. He said breaking news. Absolutely breaking news. So breaking news of Melo theory, Melo law. So, okay, GDC just happened. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Microsoft forefront. Boom. Talked about the new console. That everybody's running around with this PC mess. But talked about the new console. Pretty much gave a somewhat window to expect it, which is holiday season 2027. They're going to start rolling out the kits and the development kits and things of that nature, spring of 2027. Same rollout like the Series S and X, where they did it in the same year span, and we was able to get it by the holiday season. That's, you know, pretty much everything for the most part, you know. So everybody been running around scrambling, trying to figure this part out, you know, outside of the rumors because, you know, it's all the speculation, you know, how it's running his games, what's going to happen with the Grand Theft Autos and all this other dumb stuff that pretty much don't mean anything. They're getting out of the console business, yada, yada, yada. They've been saying that stuff for years. Let's get all of the fanboy stuff out the way. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let me give y'all the highlight of that. You know what I'm saying? Let ABC, this is the focus group. This is our focus wall now. I'm working on it. We're going to get the schoolroom set up pretty good. But ABC, leave the fanboy mess out the door. That's what we're going to do first. So remove your fanboy isms and focus. I need you to focus here. We are talking big major moves right here coming with Microsoft that's if you are a real gamer, it's going to benefit you in many ways than one. What's good? Finally made it. When you're live, appreciate it, bro. Thank you. I'm actually I don't want to get saturated, but I'm trying to work on that stuff. I'm trying to get like a time frame so it can be consistent and on point. So, okay. Let me get it right. So, all right. So for the fanboys, we're gonna nip this in the bud real quick. This is for the fanboys. They just saying, oh, you know, it runs Windows, blah blah blah, all that dumb stuff. I need for that to be the focus point so it can be removed. So right here, Xbox consoles already use a custom version of Windows for their operating system, but they do not run the full Windows desktop version. You know, you get a synopsis. You read the rest. You know. So again, this has been the case since OG, since their existence. It's always been a stripped down version of Windows running in the background playing video games. So again, Remove the fanboy dumb shit out the window. Please exit stage left if you're on that dumb stuff. This is its origins, period. Point blank and period. That's why the Helix is what it is. So we're gonna remove that. We're gonna sum that up real quick. That's that summary of that. So okay. The developer at the GDC also said it himself, and this is what sparked my attention on top of the conversations that I had prior with Broadband Bully with Z and mainly Big Money, because we was going back and forth around the time when God of War released. It was around the time that God of War Ragnarok released, and we was talking about subscriptions and if it's going to grow or not and all this stuff. And I laid the plan out to him exactly what was going to happen, and this man just showed it in this clip. And I just was like, oh snap, it's right. He said X86, right? Yeah. But like I said, I don't want to get in the gist of that because it's honestly is remedial as hell, because at the end of the day, console, PlayStation, and Xbox, whatever you want to say, they have a GPU, a CPU, and a motherboard. It's stripped. It just shows you that it's a stripped down version of Windows, or it's a stripped down version of an operating system like Linux or so forth or so on. And it's just main focus is video gaming. This is how it always been. Even back to the goddamn arcades. It's always been that when you remove the box from the arcade, it's literally a screen, motherboard, processor. That's it. So all of this irrelevant. If it's a PC, it's a console, it's a hybrid. Bro, it's just a distraction. On top, it's just a distraction outside of everyone not focusing on what the main source is, which is video games. Point blank and period. So, yeah, true, exactly. So, this is the focus point. I remember talking to him, and I was telling him how Microsoft is focusing on PlayStation. Like, PlayStation is irrelevant. PlayStation can't even hold the water to Microsoft whatsoever, in the sense of what's most important, which is the stock market, investors, and money. They can't hold a candle to them. They kill them in both areas of that. Even with what's going on now, Microsoft is in like 300 some bucks. Sony is at like 20 bucks. Like, on the stock market, it's night and day when it comes to this company. You got the Azure server, you got contracts with the government and all type of stuff that's going on with Microsoft. The forefront of ChatGPT with open source AI, they in the forefront of all of that. So it's night and day. Okay, if you, again, not doing the fanboy mess, console one is console one. Y'all can have that. But Microsoft told y'all from jump, and Satya Nadella said it also. And it just hit me what he said when he was speaking on his mistake with the Windows device. Because he came out after the ABK deal, or around the time the ABK deal was finalizing, he came out and openly said, like, yo, one of his biggest mistakes was canceling the mobile division. And I've always said, yo, if they would have focused on getting that store up and running and getting XYZ, they could have they should have stuck in longevity for the mobile department. And I've always said that. And now you're in the forefront of this. You have all these games from this ABK deal. Not just Call of Duty that everybody focus on. You got Candy Crush. You got the mobile division as well that you're killing it. Call of Duty Mobile. All of that stuff is making them money behind the scenes. You're getting bread from left and right. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, now they're talking about doing the merger. So, I want to show the video. That's what I wanted to show. So I wanted to show you the video from the GDC that caught my attention. Right here. Okay. No, that's not it. Wrong one. Wrong clip. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Oh, why it look like that? That's crazy. But anywho, let me. No, that's the wrong one. That's why. Hold on. Sorry. This is live, so bear with me. Bear with me. All right, there you go. Bing. All right, boom. We here. Bing, bow, boom. All right. So listen to this. I'm gonna mute myself real quick.
Distinctly Xbox flavor to that. So even though the ROG Xbox Ally is powered by Windows under the covers, I never see Windows. I jumped into a direct Xbox first experience, distinctly Xbox flavor to that. So even though the ROG Xbox Ally is powered by Windows under the covers, I never see Windows.
Mike, can y'all hear me? Yo, no. Hold on. Okay, there you go. That's a delay. Dang, bro, that's crazy. Let me check if YouTube is up. I don't know what happened, but the power just went out. It's windy over here like crazy, and then the power flickered. But let me see. Trying to double check and make sure it's straight. I'm about to cook, and boy, it said cut your water off. Okay, you can hear me. All right, bet. All right, man. Okay, so yeah. All right, so let me play the video just in case it didn't play, cause it just clicked smooth off for whatever reason. Man, that was just, oh my God. But yeah, once I put this together, y'all gonna be like, what in the world? Like, it's just so obvious. But okay, here you go.
Xbox flavor to that. So even though the ROG Xbox Ally is powered by Windows under the covers, I never see Windows. I jumped into a direct Xbox first experience.
All right, even though Rogue Ally, because he's speaking about the Rogue Ally and this experience. Again, if you have it, if you have that device, you will understand exactly what he's saying. When you have that device, you hit the button. Even when you boot it up, it goes into the full Xbox experience, and you don't see Windows. It's nothing like that. It's just like the illusion that they've been carrying on from decades, since their existence. Once again, that the device always ran Windows. It was a stripped down version. Only thing different now is we have a button, another button that you can press that will put it into full desk Windows experience. So I say all that to say this: go back and think about who was Microsoft's competitor. Who did Phil Spencer speak about when they was talking about competitors coming into the scene and possibly disrupting things? You know what I'm saying? They was like, we was talking about Netflix, because Netflix ended up putting games into their world. We was talking about we was speaking on Steam, but Steam finally came out, and then everybody ran with that narrative, like, okay, it must be Steam. No, it's not even Steam. It's the one they've always had history of competing with each other, and it was one of those Jay-Z subliminals versus Nas, or the Drake and Kendrick type. We sending shots to each other, but nobody knows unless you in the group. It was one of them type of situations. I'm going to give you a minute to try to ponder on that real quick. Just real quick while I fix this up. Who was Microsoft's competitor that they never spoke on, but they was clear competitor if you think about the situation? All right. Okay. Cool. Bet. It's always been it's always been Apple. The reason why I'm saying that, I'm doing this last, so please bear with me. The reason why I've always said this, because they was talking yesterday, and they were just like, I don't know who this is for. Why are they going this direction? What's the end game? If you're going to kill off the device, why would you be doing all this extra stuff? Blah, 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 blah. Exactly, Apple. I said, can you hear me? Okay, can you hear me now? I think I see the level going up and down. He said, good. Okay, bet. It has threw me off because the power flickered for somewhere, whatever reason. Like the wind is really bad over here. Let me say you're back. Okay, back. Apple has always been their number one competitor. Reason being is because of the Apple One. Apple literally rolled everything into one system. You got Apple Music, you got Apple Fitness, Apple TV, Apple Cloud, all of that. Microsoft has been gradually bringing in their ecosystem to compete in the gaming aspect and bringing everything all into one. The whole entire enchilada into one gumbo pot and deliver to you in the masses. So when they giving you full Windows experience, because I always said they was going to use the ROG Ally X as an experiment to give us the desktop experience, which would be the hardware, which would be the home console. You would have that experience on ROG Ally X with 4K and all the bells and whistles. And you're starting to see it. April, they're rolling out with their desktop Windows mode, and it's going to be a full-on experience based off of or baked like the home console experience. Because if you played the PC version of Game Pass, it's relatively bland. It ain't nothing to cry home about. But this mode is going to bring all of that, intertwine it with the console, where to the point the illusion of you even playing on the PC is going to be obsolete. Right now, the Xbox Series S and X, you can hook a keyboard and mouse up to it and have the same PC experience with it if you want. Or you can just go controller. With the PC experience, it's going to be that same way, but just seamlessly. Everything is intertwined with each other. And this is how Microsoft is going to finesse the system. So I started looking, right? Boom. Started going through my little, you feel me? And I started looking. And all right, let's go to console. So boom. I was like, how many subscribers do Windows have? Windows 11. And it says, as of late January 2026, Windows 11 has reached a milestone of 1 billion users. 1 billion, right? On the Windows device. Apple, I said, let's go to Apple and see how many Apple won. While Apple does not provide specific publicly broken down numbers of Apple One subscribers, the company recently surpassed 1 billion total paid subscriptions across all services. Everything what I mentioned as of early 2025. Microsoft seen this and they finna checkmate the whole entire situation. Everyone was saying that, Sony is scared of Steam. No, Sony isn't scared of Steam. That's why they're not taking their games off of PC like y'all think they are. And it ain't just going to be the single player experience is going to be removed from PC. No, that's not happening. That rumor is not what it is. No. They're scared of Microsoft. The reason being is because Microsoft is about to roll Windows 11 subscribers with Xbox Game Pass. That's going to be the barrier, because we was like, how is they going to, they was asking the question, how are they going to make money when they're talking about going free online? You only have Game Pass where people are not subscribing for Game Pass, as they say, and your console is always on a downhill. It's not selling. Nobody wants it. They got this dumb rumor talking about they only going to manufacture a limited amount. Who's making it? Yada yada yada. All the goofy stuff that they're seeing right now. Microsoft, on the other hand, is about to merge Windows 365 with Game Pass, which is going to jump Game Pass from what is 30-some million to we talking about in the billions of subscribers, all rolled in one because they intertwining it with Windows operating system. So anytime someone buys, even if you're not using or even playing games on your PC from Microsoft, due to the fact that you signed up for Windows 11, you are considered a Game Pass subscription. This is baby Thanos at its fucking core. These dudes done lined up all of the Infinity Stones and just killed everything. Reason being is this, because y'all gonna be like, bro, you tripping. Nah, you don't make any sense. Think about what Phil Spencer had done from the 360. We know the timeline, so I'm gonna give you a brief description. Since the 360, they have lost their way. Point blank and period. It is what it is. We're just gonna keep it a bean. We're gonna keep it a buck. When they lost Spider-Man IP and then going into the Xbox One, they had the situation with Sunset Overdrive, Rise Son of Rome not being able to do the sequels to those successful games. Doing the exclusive time exclusives was going out of the window. Microsoft, Phil Spencer, again, around that time, Satya Nadella was saying, let's destroy this. The Xbox One shouldn't even came out if Satya Nadella would have had his way. Phil saved this whole situation. We know this for a fact. It is what it is. Y'all can talk about what came out afterwards, but Phil saved Microsoft in its entirety. I'll tell you. I'll tell you. But hold on. I'll let you know, Rose. I got you. But Phil Spencer said, we gonna bet on ourselves. If this is gonna be our last hoorah with this situation, let me take over and I'll get it to where it need to be. The man started saying, hey, instead of doing exclusive time exclusives like the Call of Duty skins and doing the time exclusives on this wasted artwork, the consoles, and bringing out custom bundles, we got to bunker down and figure this joint out. They stopped all of it. That's why the Xbox One focuses on entertainment. Yeah, we got games like Quantum Break, which was good games, but for the most part, we didn't get pretty much of anything for the most part. Let's just keep it a buck. We started getting some games at the end, but on the first rollout, it wasn't nothing. You know, they was talking TV, and Quantum Break. They had Mirror Edge and some couple other games, whatever. Super Lucky Tales, Recore. Like they pumped out some games, but it wasn't the you know what I'm saying, effect with Microsoft. They started going down in ownership. They started buying companies. We already know the ZeniMaxes, the Bethesdas, yada, yada, yada. ABK was the coup de grace. You got all of these IPs that you own under your umbrella, regardless if they regardless if they third party or first, we're going to get bread off of it, 70% or better, depending on the games that we send out to Nintendo and Sony. Cool, great, fine. We now have a new issue where we have too many IPs, so many developers that we don't want to cannibalize the games and not allow them to get the proper look that they want. Now we have this issue. Now they're toning it down. Remember they came out with the 12 games for the month rollout? It wasn't successful. It wasn't successful. It was cannibalizing games. A lot of games didn't get a look like they should have. Okay, cool, great, boom. We conduced it down now. We got it down to a core that we can focus on. They got that going on. Now you roll out the Rogue Ally X as their test subject. 720p, 1080p. They just got a new update that's coming out in April called the ASR, I believe, is going to improve the frame rates and things of that nature with AI, with the environment, with the images in the Rogue Ally X. It's getting better. Okay, boom. Now we got this console. We have figured it out on a 720 1080p level of what we want to do, trickery wise, background wise, the feel of the concept of having full windows this time in the background instead of a stripped down version of Windows that only focused on gaming. Now we got a full version of it layered on top of gaming. Now we can bring it up to the 4K and even make it more massive. Now you're finna get all the ray tracing, the bells and whistles that everybody know and love inside this said console. But guess what? Even better. Since it has full Windows on it, it's technically considered a full Windows device. So when you have to sign into your account or sign in with your subscription, which will be included with Windows 365, it all comes in as a subscription towards Game Pass. Game Pass is about to hit $1 billion. This makes sense why that lady gave them that 30% bump that they need to see. This make hellified sense. And then guess what? It gets even better. They're still working on the Microsoft Store. What's good, Reaper? What's going on, gang? They're still working on the Microsoft Store. They haven't canned anything related to the Microsoft Store. You haven't heard anything related to the Microsoft Store, which is going to roll in with their mobile division. So guess what? We're finna have, so just like Apple have the fitness, the cloud, the music, all roll into one subscription base, Microsoft is finna implement that same very concept with Game Pass, Windows 365, Cloud, OneDrive, etc., etc. Everything is going to be under this one ball. That's the reason why the price came up. That's why the reason why the price hike was there. That's the reason why they're sending an increase in Game Pass with more games. That's the reason why they're going to shut down the multiplayer payment wall, and we're going to be able to play for free online. All of it's going to be rolled into this subscription base, which you sign into your account, and you're going to have not only Windows 365 and Windows Office, regardless if you use it or not, or OneDrive, regardless if you use it or not, you're still going to have it with your Game Pass as well. And it's all legal. All of it's legal because the device itself has full Windows on it. When I say they are playing 4D chess out here, they are playing 4D chess, and it is crazy. I'm all for it because once again, I use Apple One. I love being able to just album drop. I could download. I'm listening to it, streaming. I'm out the door. All that, cool. They coming with this same concept. 365, whatever. But I'm getting Game Pass, OneDrive. What's the other one that they have that I use? I'm thinking of things I personally use in my life already, and now they're finna roll it out into this situation. It's something else I can't remember. It was OneDrive and it was something else, but neither here nor there. Long story short, the subscriptions is going up. Microsoft ain't going nowhere. Like this man said, we are in it for this gaming, and they in it to stay. The gaming, the mobile gaming for my girls and stuff. That's what I meant to say. It was the mobile gaming. And now all of a sudden, now you're going to have mobile. The Microsoft Store is going to be rolling out soon, eventually, with the mobile content, and that's going to be included as well. Like, I see why she said we need to see 30%. And if this is true, what I'm almost certain is the case, they're going to hit $1 billion without even blinking the eye. That's how crazy this is. They're going to hit well over $1 billion without even blinking the eye when this rolls out. But that's my video. Rose, if you in the back, I'm going to jump in real quick with your gang and explain it. Because, no, I can explain it now. Okay, the reason why the character got his eyes blanked out, because that's what he said, ain't got no eyeballs, fam, is because this character that I was making and like others is based off of the gorillas. Is inspired by gorillas, if you want to say it, the case may be. It ain't no demonic weird stuff or nothing like that. It's just the art concept that I liked about the actual character. So I redid it into this little, what you see right now. It's more colorful, more vibrant colors, made them more friendly looking in the face. And then I got a couple of more other like animations I'm trying to do with it. I want to do it live, but I like I told you, I don't have the mocap to get the hand movements and stuff like that. So I'm working on a little bit of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm working with Unity to actually work with Blender to do some little things with AI. So, but we'll talk about the rest of that back then. We can nerd out then. I gotta head out a little bit because like I said, it's birthdays and everybody. This is how crazy this is. My birthday's on the 10th, my girl's birthday on the 12th, and then her son's birthday is literally the 15th. It's like boom, 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 money, 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 money. So I'm moving around, hustling, doing what I got to do as a parent and all that good stuff. So again, shout out to everybody. Look at that video. Short briefing of what I'm saying. Microsoft just checkmated everything by increasing Game Pass, by implementing all of their content and subscriptions into one subscription base, which will be you'll get Game Pass, you're going to get the Microsoft Mobile, you're going to get Microsoft Windows 11 that comes with the 365 with the Office and cloud, and you're also going to get OneDrive, all rolled into one subscription. They rolled that into Game Pass, which is going to increase Game Pass subscriptions once this console comes out and people start getting it in their hands. I'm almost certain right now the Rogue Ally, as more people start getting that subscription is about to increase as well. And then if people start actually playing and enjoying the Windows mode on your PC, same rules apply. Everything around the board is coming into intertwine, and it's all because of Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond. Again, they gonna give the credit to this lady, which I don't think she deserves. Even to the point of what they doing right now, like they tricking the people by saying to play anywhere or this is a Xbox. They removed that off the website, but they never removed the feature. It's still there, so it's like you're just not advertising it, even though anything can still be used as an Xbox. I can still get a Amazon Fire Stick and have Game Pass on it, or the new LG TVs. It's still a Game Pass, but they don't advertise it. So, again, they doing their little trickery and foolery to try to help the image and things of that nature for the slow people that don't understand. And if they're going that route, whatever. It's cool long as it's not taken away. Oh, I forgot about iCloud and cloud gaming also. But, okay, anyway. That's why when you're doing these videos on the fly, it's better to write it down. That's why I want to start doing more edited videos. I think y'all appreciate the edited videos more anyway. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. That's your boy 001 Love, and God bless. Y'all be smooth. Stay safe out there. Please stop the fanboy mess. Like I just showed you, hold on, make sure I show you guys again on the exit so y'all can stop running with these dumb narratives, because it just don't make any sense that we gotta go chase each other tails back and forth off of something that you can easily Google. Again, and what I typed in was simple. Have Microsoft Windows run on all Xbox consoles. And it literally came out and said, boom, Xbox consoles already use a custom version of Windows for their operating system, but they do not run full desktop version of Windows. Ta-da, there you go. It's right there for you. But guess what? This new console in the background runs full Windows, just like the Rogue Ally X. Like I keep telling these people, if you look at the Rogue Ally X and you have it and you experienced it, just imagine removing the barrier of the handheld and looking at it on a home desktop or home computer or a home console, and you're seeing that whole interface intertwined, like in that sphere. And guess what? The moment you sign up or the moment you have subscribed to, you are now also a Windows 11 subscription, which means you have Game Pass as well under there. And all of the things that I mentioned all rolled into one. Now Windows 11 will be counted as a subscription towards Game Pass, which right now, as of early 2026, Windows has 1 billion subscribers, which is going to make Game Pass go over 1 billion subscribers, because it's going to count due to Windows 11 being under the hood of the new home console. So, one love, God bless. Y'all be smooth out there. Peace. I need to fix on my outro too. That's what I'm gonna be doing later on.